rising up. In the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who got them, who rockin' on? Now who want them, who crossing on? Now who want them, who bought them? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock them. Yeah, we got them, yeah, we fought them. Like that black and orange up on them. Single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know them. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and
Welcome to Bengals and Brews. I'm Del Upman, joined by Pork Chop, joined by BSG. What's up, guys?
What's going on? Look, V for victory.
Yeah, Victory Monday. Winning.
Victory Monday. 6-8, man. Woo! Destiny year incoming.
Yes,
All we need is for fucking Broncos to lose out, right?
Lose out. We got to win out.
Or the Chargers. And we need Indianapolis and Miami to lose one, right?
And we got to win out. Don't bury that part.
Like, if the Broncos lose out and Indianapolis and Miami win out, do we get in? If the Broncos just lose out, or do we need all that to happen?
We need all those things to happen.
Yeah, Destiny year. Yeah, fuck it.
Destiny year it is. Yes.
Year.
Come on, Chop. Let's dig down in that grave, reach down, and pull.
I'm gonna activate the shirt. I'm gonna activate the shirt.
Hey, Chop. You know what, man? You know what? You got me fired up. I got the bat right here. We're gonna go in the back. You get the shovel. I'm gonna beat that bat on that coffin and pry it open. We are digging it back up. Come on.
Yeah, Destiny year.
Come on.
Joe's gonna be the MVP. Fucking Chase is gonna be the offensive player of the year. Fucking Trey's gonna be the defensive player of the year.
Hey, Chop. You know what we should do? We should get in big fancy. Just knock down a shitload of mailboxes.
Let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
get every fan. We're gonna get every fan vetted out of this team right now, Chop. We're gonna drive past every mailbox and knock them down. You with me?
Get that back, Greg. We're going.
Let's go.
We're going mailbox baseball.
Here we go. MBB.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, forget that.
Well, fuck that bat, Greg. It's
God
not.
damn it.
It's not gonna happen this year.
God damn it, Chop.
Yeah.
We did beat the Titans 37-27. Sloppy, ugly, pathetic game, really, all around. Some of the worst officiating, if not the worst officiating I've ever seen, both ways. Those guys were horrible, man. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. And then one guy be calling something, another guy be trying to call something else. They didn't know what the hell they were doing that whole game. And then tons of penalties, like, I don't know, I think it was getting near 30. It was ridiculous.
26, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like 26, getting there 30 fucking penalties combined. And then like 10 or 11 turnovers combined. Just ugly, sloppy football. They got the win at the end of the day. I guess that's all that matters. But as you've seen, like, Burrow's not happy. Burrow's not happy about what this record was. I don't know what set him off on the sideline, but just pure speculation for the fucking hell of it. Zach probably gave him one of those goofy smiles. Hey, we're going to win.
It's okay, Joey. It's okay.
Good job, Joe. And Joe's probably like, nah, fuck that. We weren't good enough. It's fucking embarrassing. We're 6-8. It's fucking embarrassing. Like, fuck you. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't know. Just that's all pure speculation.
I honestly don't think that you think that Joe wants the MVP this year.
No, and I think Josh Allen's going to get it because, I mean, they're balling out and they just beat the first place team.
They just beat the brakes off of them
for each AFC and NFC. So,
yeah.
I mean, he deserves it too. I ain't got no ill will toward that. I mean, obviously, as being homers, I think Joe's played an MVP caliber season. But when the team don't have success, those awards typically don't go your way. So.
And you saw that not this game, but the game before that, Zach Taylor even was giving him a game ball, and he said, and I know he's going to give it back, but still giving him a game ball for this or whatever it was, and threw one to him.
And his streak of 300-yard games with 3 touchdowns broke. He was about to tie Steve Young for 5 straight games like that. He ended up with 271 yards, so an awful 271. He did have the 3 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions and the fumble, which was he down or not? Who knows? But there is some concern with the fumbles, the ball security. But overall, man, he's playing so good. I don't have the energy.
No.
But do you guys want to touch on that? Like, oh, maybe there's something with his wrist still, and it's causing ball. I just think that's how he plays, man. He extends plays, and he kind of doesn't always tuck that ball and run. So.
I mean, Joe, man. I mean, he is just one of the cool. He's just so cool in the pocket, man. I mean, like when someone's coming at him, he acts like nobody's there. He just has that coolness in the pocket. I mean, the way he extends plays. I'm not too worried about anything. And Joe, like you said, Joe's a perfectionist. He's a perfectionist. He wants to be perfection. You got to admire that.
My buddy John here is just glad we helped end the Will Levis experiment.
Right.
Mayonnaise with coffee.
I doubt it's over.
I think it's pretty over.
Hey, listen, if you know what you said, Dale, is something about that injury or something. I'm not going to lie, man. Did I think it a little bit? I did. And do I still think it a little bit? Possibly, because he did turn it over 3 times. Like, if you take individual performances from that game yesterday, Joe Burrow would tell you himself, he sucked. He fucking turned the ball over 3 times, 2 interceptions and a fumble. And I thought the fumble was a fumble. It looked like to me.
Yeah, it was close enough that they couldn't overturn it.
But if you ask Joe Burrow about his performance, he's going to put himself at the bottom of the team because of the 3 turnovers. And those were his fault, So, I mean, it could have been the receiver not helping out too and stuff. But, Joe, it wasn't like it was a tip ball this time. Last time it was
they were bad passes. They were bad passes.
No, they were bad passes.
Yeah. And then the fumble. So, I do think that Joe Burrow didn't, and this ain't no slam on Joe Burrow because the dude is football god, but I don't think he had his best game yesterday. And I think that if you asked Joe Burrow, he would say that same thing. He's probably already moved on from it because that's just the way he is. But I guarantee that dude's not happy with his performance yesterday.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, speaking of fumble, why do you – let me just ask you a simple question. I know this is off Joe Burrow. When you're right across the goal line, just why are you switching hands? Don't drop the ball till you cross the goal line.
These guys look to celebrate, man. They got to look cool crossing that
goal line. Taylor. I mean, Taylor literally just ruined the Colts playoff chance. It was worse with Taylor, I thought. But I guess what he thought was that guy was coming from behind. He was trying to switch hands. But, dude, you're a yard or 2 short of the goal line. Come on, Battle.
Yeah, whatever the reasoning was, no, you can't be doing that.
No.
And he was going into a celebration mode already.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not
100%.
fucking lie about it. That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily, it didn't cost us. It definitely cost the Colts with Jonathan Taylor's fumble against the Broncos. They had like a 3-point lead, about to go up 10. It's like midway through the 3rd quarter, and he fumbles, and then they go on to give up a score, and they go down, and then they try a trick play, pick 6, game over, and the Colts lose that one. So he probably cost the Colts a shot at the playoffs right there with that alone. So because they got a pretty easy schedule coming up. If they could have beat Denver, the team ahead of them, man, they would have been in a prime position to earn one.
Easily. I'm going to leave my brother-in-law alone. I'm sorry, buddy, but yeah.
Well, just speaking about these other teams, though, the Broncos got us, the Chargers, and Chiefs, right?
Yeah, they play the Chargers Thursday, so we'll know a lot Thursday. And like you said, the Chargers could lose out too, but I don't necessarily see that. But yeah, the Broncos, I mean, I want to see the Chargers beat the Broncos because then at least we play the Broncos the following week.
Right.
So if we handle business against Cleveland, then it takes us to the last week where we can still hope that the Chiefs pull out a win. And here's the thing. If Mahomes has a high ankle sprain and he misses a couple weeks, and right now the Bills are 2 games behind them for the 1 seed, you can't tell me they're not going to want a first-round bye. So if the Chiefs drop one of these next 2 games, and we got to win. I'm not trying to get ahead of anything. We've got to win. But if they drop one of these 2 games, we win 2, the Broncos lose 2, then you're going into that final week to where the Chiefs feel like they got to play, they got to win, try to keep the 1 seed over the Bills at that point. Because if they just drop one of the 2, they're still a game up. They don't want it to come down to a tiebreaker scenario. So I definitely think there's a lot to play for, and I don't think the Chiefs will lay down in that scenario. So it's just a matter of all that needs to happen to even have a chance. But you can only control what you can control as a team. So the Bengals just got to try to beat the Browns.
And speaking of that Broncos game, can the fucking NFL just go ahead and decide 28th or 29th? I got plans to make, God damn it.
Yes,
what day is the game? Jesus.
They said they may announce it today or tomorrow. I think today or tomorrow is the deadline.
Some fucking horse shit, man.
No, I agree with you.
Hey, everybody, it's Christmas time, so fuck your plans.
Yep.
There's a game either this day or that day.
Well, my ticket's sold, so I don't have to worry about that one. So
For the Denver game?
Yeah.
Man, I got some family coming in from, well, Sarah has some family coming in from Virginia that are going to that game.
And you wanted to show off your boyfriend, me?
Yeah.
Damn it! Sorry, man.
I wanted to be like, see, these are the people that actually like me. It's very few.
It's like these two. Greg is like 2.5. You know, sometimes he likes you, sometimes he don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to some more stats from the game. Mentioned Burrow, the 271, 3 touchdowns, 3 turnovers. Chase Brown, 25 carries, so usually don't happen, but you're trying to run clock when you got a lead. 97 yards, so he almost cracked 100 yards rushing with a touchdown there. Another touchdown.
Pretty good.
I think he's pretty good too. Another touchdown receiving on the scramble drill early in the game. He only ended up with 3 catches, 16 yards, so didn't quite have that breakout we thought. Continue catching the ball, but that's all right because didn't really need it when you had Jamar Chase going 9 for 94 and T. Higgins going 5 for 88, plus Gesicki 3 for 37, and you had Sam Hubbard before his season-ending injury, potentially season-ending. It's season-ending. Yeah, it is what it is. His immaculate touchdown reception. So that'd be a hell of a way to go out because we were talking off air before the show started. How do you pay that man $10 million next year? He'd have to take one hell of a pay cut. You can't just say, well, he's a legend here in Cincinnati. But you're trying to win a Super Bowl. You saw what kind of a down year you had. You can't just do that. Hey, here's a mid-ass player. We're going to use $10 million of our salary cap against that when we can definitely do other things. You can cut him, but if you really want to keep him for leadership and this and that and, a little bit of rotational snaps, whatever, maybe offensive snaps, whatever, pay cut. I don't know what else. What do you guys think on Hubbard?
Absolutely.
Dale, you pretty much put the nail on the head right there, man. I mean, he's a hometown hero. I know Marissa's really going to be wants him to stay, obviously. I know my sister-in-law wants him to stay. But, it's just one of those things, man. It's just.
He ain't going nowhere, and they're going to overpay him. Hey, listen, tell me if
picks,
I'm wrong.
3 I said 3 turnovers, 2 picks. He had the fumble was the 3rd turnover.
Right. The fumble was the 3rd turnover. But let me ask you this, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when they announced the defense at the home games, isn't Sam Hubbard the last one all the time? And they go, hometown hero, Sam Hubbard.
Sure do.
Man, this motherfucker, they ain't getting rid of him. He could, not play, and they're going to keep him on the 53-man roster, I think. He's got that hometown shit, which, whatever. Sam, hey, you grew up in Cincinnati. Thank you for growing up in Cincinnati and then playing for the Bengals. But I don't give a motherfucking shit if it's a guy from Alcatraz. If he can come in here and fucking play, you know what I'm saying? To me, I don't care if it's Cincinnati or not.
No worries. I was just making sure I said it right. But yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, we just we'll see what they do. There's no reason when you got to have money that you need. I don't know what's going on with Derek. I know my internet's one I was worried about cutting out, and that man, I don't know what's going on.
Nah.
But T-Bowl's here. Tyler with a super chat. Appreciate it. Sam Hubbard with the ultimate sacrifice yesterday, though. Defense played better, too. Still need to improve a ton. Is Lou's job safe if we make the playoffs? Hell no. Shouldn't be. Is it? I don't know. It's the same thing with will they cut Sam Hubbard?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If I'm Lou Anarumo, I am not what the fuck? He was upside down. I am not contacting a real estate agent right now. Hell no. Like somebody in the chat asked earlier, if they win out, dude, we think there's changes. I don't think there's changes now. No. I mean, surprise me, but
I don't know how you
We'll
keep
see.
Lou. It's 2 bad years. I mean, and you've played some bottom feeding teams. Now, obviously, and Cleveland, I don't know. Maybe they give you a challenge, but I'm just saying, if the defense looks good against them, it's still not something you know because they haven't played consistent on offense. They haven't looked good. They just benched Winston, and it might be Dorian Thompson-Robinson again, who wasn't very accurate the first time he had to come in against us.
Lou should have been fired several games ago.
Oh, yeah.
Several games ago. So,
But the Broncos game, I think we'll be able to tell a little more, see if there's been any strides made. Even then, I'm not personally for keeping Lou. But, if somehow they made the playoffs, I guess that's a discussion if they go in the playoffs and do something.
I do not agree with that.
You can't completely –
I'm sorry.
I couldn't completely rule it out at that point. But as of right now, playoffs are looking, a 3-5% chance, somewhere in that range. Playoffs probably not happening, and the biggest reason to me is the defense and how many times that we couldn't get stops and giving up 40 points multiple games.
Well,
you just can't have it.
Well, Dale, even though we had the game won, that final drive, that was embarrassing. Giving up a touchdown at the end. I know the game was won and all that, whip-de-doo, but come on. Giving up a touchdown on that final drive, give me a break, man.
Yeah, and that's not a good offense, and there's still teams can move the ball on you. They were literally early in that game just handing the ball off and bullying the hell out of this team. That shouldn't happen. That part of that's I know the players got to make plays, but part of that's on the coaching, man. You've coached up a soft ass team, and the missed tackles is a problem.
Yeah.
Blood drop. Jermaine Pratt continues to go off about everyone talk about my tackling. I got all these tackles this season.
It's like fucking that John Gruden shit. When you look at those John Gruden videos, like Jermaine Pratt's tweets are like that. The last one, I was like, I read that bitch like 15 times. Like, what the fuck is he even saying here?
But it's like, my brother in Christ, would you please listen here? Your PFF grade was 30.1 for the game yesterday. You're on there talking shit.
Yeah.
After you posted up a 30.1, your tackling grade, you were talking about the amount of tackles you made. Your tackling grade was a 41. Your coverage grade, because it looks like you're fucking standing in cement most of the time, is a 29.2.
Blood drop.
Blood drop. What the hell? Just and like Cheeto put, man, just shut up and get off Twitter.
Just get off Twitter.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my God. Fucking
I don't know who's worse on Twitter, him or Donald Trump.
Derek just goes all right to politics.
Derek went fucking.
We're just
totally
Bengals, and Derek's like,
he's probably in his neighborhood. And he has to say it a certain amount of times per day. Quota. You got to say Trump a few times a day at least.
I believe you got to put like Hail Trump in there at one point.
Hail Trump.
For Derek's neighborhood, it's like that's the code to get in.
Right. Hail Trump.
It's voice activation.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no,
it's the crazy thing to me with this defense is I'm looking at it like the way I'm looking at the Ohio State team right now. If Ohio State makes it to the championship and wins the national championship, I can see keeping Ryan Day. Any other instance in that, I say let him go. I'm in the same boat with Lou Anarumo. If we make the playoffs and make a run, then I could see them keeping him. But any other thing that happens besides that, I have to look at it as a failure.
Well, I would say this. I was just going to say the difference between even Ryan Day too, and I would agree with you that that's how I personally feel. But I don't think Ohio State will move on because they would owe him so much money still that's left on his contract, and being the head coach, there's a lot more money on that. Whereas Lou, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really looked into it, but his contract might expire after this year, and it costs you nothing to replace him. Even if you do, it's certainly not what it costs Ryan Day.
I got to tell you, man, if the Bengals limped into the goddamn playoffs, somehow went on a streak, won, and then won the Super Bowl, I'd still be fire Lou. Because whatever happens, it doesn't take away from the season that we had. And the season that we had is a reflection of the defense, and the defensive coordinator's in charge of that. So it wouldn't fix anything because we would limp into it. And then Joe Burrow would be the reason because he's putting up 30-something fucking points a game. that we won, not the defense. The defense would be just barely good enough
I
to
will
get us
say
to wherever
this.
we're going.
And there is a trend now, in my opinion, but they're talking about Burrows having one of the best seasons of his career this year, right?
Mhm.
But it's like every year at the beginning of the season, we always talk about he seems sped up. And I feel like he plays a couple bad games a year at the beginning of the season, and we're going to have to do something about that as well.
Probably
you
play
know
low
what?
in the preseason.
I agree with you,
Yeah.
except for the fact that I think that this year I give him somewhat of a pass, and I'll tell you why. It's because of that fucking wrist. I think that for a long time, and I've said it on this
Yeah.
show before too, that I thought Joe got through the ball early, that he had a little bit more time left in the pocket. I thought he had happy feet, and I think it was because he was protecting that wrist. But as the season went on, I think he built more confidence. So
Fair.
going into next season, I'm not sure that it's going to be the same. I see what you're saying, but I mean, we were dealing with appendectomy, we were dealing with calf, we were dealing with wrist. If we can truly get a healthy offseason for Joe Burrow, what will happen? I mean, including like going into the offseason healthy. So like right now he's healthy. If the season ended today, it would be like his first, like one of his first off seasons going into the next season where he's totally healthy. So I'm willing to see what happens on that, but I do agree with the Bengals that they start off slow in general, and some of that is Joe. But I give him a pass because of that wrist. I think he was really very protective of that wrist to start off the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got a couple things about Kappa. It says that Kappa's going to be in concussion protocol this week. He went to the locker room early and then was out there and played the second half. So that's a bad look if he had a fucking concussion and he played him in the second half. And it's not like he was playing well. His early grade was a 0 in pass protection. His final grade on PFF was a 40.5, and pass blocking, which we throw the ball a lot. So I always say that's what I look at the most, a 21.2.
So there's a little room for improvement.
21. He's awful. So my guess, if I just had to speculate, and Cochran played, obviously he had some bad things there, but he had a 49.4 pass blocking, 53.3 run blocking. It was up and down. He had some moments. His first real game action ever. But, I mean, you outperformed a guy who's been in the league for 10 years. Two different positions, but still. Left tackle is honestly a lot harder position typically.
I was about to say, you'll take that from your OT5 every freaking day of the week.
OT 7 or 8 at this point, we're down to.
Yeah. And Armarius Mimsdale, I mean, he shut down once again, right?
Yeah, his pass blocking grade, his overall is like 58.9, but the pass blocking, once again, I say that's what I look at the most based on how we play, was a 74.4. I feel like that's one of the highest ones he's had all season. And then to give Ted Karras his flowers, he was 73.3 overall, so he was good both ways, but an 83.5 pass blocking grade for Ted Karras. So
I noticed him in a good way this week.
Good.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Ted Karras is this like his best year that he's had in football?
I mean, PFF grading wise, I feel like he's just been he's solid, right? Some will say average, some will say this, that. I will take a solid line play, especially as a pass protector, and we do so much of it. That's where he really, I feel like, excels as a pass protector. So I know not everybody's going to agree with that. For me personally, I feel like he's had a great year as a pass protector.
I think he's done a great job. Someone was saying, I think it was Santori in our chat, said Matt Lee. But Matt Lee's only a center. Did he play any guard at all ever?
I don't think he did in college. I'm pretty sure he didn't. But at the same point in time, I mean, these guys got to be able to have some versatility. And he's literally been playing the extra jumbo packages as a tackle throughout the whole season. So if you can do that, you can't tell me you can't slide in and play some guard. And at this point, what's it hurt to give the kid a shot? But my guess of what happens is Cody Ford, assuming he's not still sick and doesn't have a Sheldon Rankins month-long illness or longer or whatever's going on there, which hopefully everything's fine.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, it's scary shit if you're out that long, period.
Like, it's healthy. It's health shit, right?
Yeah, it's some viral,
some kind of mysterious health shit.
Yeah.
It might be what the fuck's going around this house.
I was gonna say, I
Who
know
have?
I've heard the walking pneumonia or whatever they called that shit's been
Well,
going around
pneumonia's going
pretty
around
bad.
Cincinnati area pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I could see Cochran sticking at left tackle another week because I don't think Zeus will be back. And then I could see Ford, who's played a lot of right guard throughout his career and even here. I could see him sliding in for Kappa if he can't go, and
Well,
then Volson just sticks at left
like
guard.
you
But I would
said-
love to see Matt Lee still. somehow.
Like you said, Dale, on Thursday night we find out a lot. So depending on Thursday night's game, our injury report might go up. Because if we're not playing for anything, why are you putting these guys that are hurt?
Well,
out
that's
there?
the thing, though, because either team could lose out, right?
I guess.
Yeah. Chargers
So-
or
Technically, either
Denver.
team could still lose out. So you would still not know at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hopefully Denver loses because I mean, just we play them. That's
Yeah.
you control more of your own destiny.
Exactly.
and the Chargers, the last game of the year is against the Raiders. So
Yeah.
If
I have a
the
feeling-
Broncos lose, I think that our game may be on a Saturday because it'll be more prime time because it'll mean something.
Well, not if they got to
Yeah.
make the decision though, like today or tomorrow. If
Well,
there
they need
is
to
a
just
hard
make this
deadline,
shit or
yeah.
get off the fucking pot, NFL. Jesus Christ. They already fucked us on this goddamn moving the game to the weekend instead of Thursday. Everybody's
Right.
got plans and shit.
Yeah,
so-
Marissa took those days off. She took
A lot of
this
people
week,
did.
and
I
then
mean,
she-
you
Yeah.
got 65,000 fucking people to go watch the game, and it's Christmas time, you stupid fucking cocksuckers. People got plans. Like Jimmy's not going to be there
How
because
do you really feel?
I feel like they're a bunch of fucking cocksuckers.
Let's go back to their mailboxes, Chop. Come on. This
Fucking-
mat's got to be used for something.
Let's go get Roger Goodell's mailbox, fucking cocksucker. Fucking
Yeah,
up my
knock
plans
it down
and
and
shit.
throw it. Yeah.
Hey, it's Christmas time. Fuck these guys in Cincinnati and their plans. Fuck Christmas. Fuck you, Roger Goodell, you cocksucker.
Oh yeah, well we'll get this one in here real quick. I want to talk some of the defensive grades and eat some more crow on Geno Stone. That's a tease for what's coming up. But Dustin Croft says Yoshi just isn't doing anything. Drops penalties, not even playmaking in the red zone. I'd love to see a different slot down the stretch. I'd love to see any slot lately.
I love slots.
mm-hmm.
It's not
Oh, what are we talking football or
I wasn't there for a minute.
I wasn't. Or wait,
I wasn't either.
football. I
But
like
no,
football
Greg, as
slots
our
too.
resident Yoshi Homer, you and my daughter, his two biggest fans. What are your thoughts on Yoshi? Would you like to see somebody else get more snaps? Because he still took, a boatload of snaps. We've talked about it, I feel like, quite a bit.
No, you and I have discussed this. Obviously, would I like to see more out of him? Sure. They haven't used him in the red zone much. Obviously, they're trying to feed the ball to Chase, and now that Higgins is more healthy, you don't see Yoshi get the ball thrown too much anymore. I still think at best he's number 4. But yeah, I've said this. Am I disappointed? I thought he was going to have a big year. Am I disappointed with the year he's having right now? Yeah, he's still getting into some touchdowns, but yeah, not what I hoped. Not what I've hoped.
Yeah, I don't even see, and that's the thing, like kind of to Dustin's point, it wouldn't be so bad if he's out there basically as the fifth option right now
Right.
because they're getting Chase Brown involved, Gesicki gets involved, and you got Jason Higgins. So having him as the 5th option, maybe his stats aren't going to be great. I'm okay with that. It's the drops, it's the penalties, it's when the stuff comes your way, you got to make a play. He almost had that crucial fumble last week, so he needs to step it up, right? We've seen Chase Brown step it up throughout this year. It would have been nice to see Yoshi do the same. And unfortunately, we haven't seen it. Jermaine Burton, he's forever in jail and clearly never going to get more snaps. I'm not the biggest Jermaine Burton fan. I wasn't coming out. But at the same point in time, you spent 3rd-round draft capital on him. You've got to find a way to get this kid involved.
Yes.
We've seen him get involved more early in the season, even though it was a catch here or there, a deep ball. I just feel like there's no trust between the staff, Burrow, him. There's just no trust right now there. And that sucks. There's nothing we can do to change that. But I would like to see him get some run just to see what we have.
So would I. I'd like to feel more confident. Although, kind of off topic, but I kind of lightweight feel like T's coming back now.
What makes you think that, right?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow said so, but at the other thing though is that we're reliving Carson Palmer here again. Like Carson was made promises too, so good luck with those promises, Joe.
Yeah,
We'll see how that goes.
I'm on team make Joe happy, whether fans are for keeping or wanting Higgins. And I understand why wanting Higgins to watch spin on defense, but I'm on team make Joe happy.
Well, what makes Joe happy is winning the Super Bowl. And so I also am on team win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because I mean, Joe isn't happy when we're losing, and you could argue, hey, we've had T. I see both sides of it. I don't like honestly, man. T's great when he plays.
Yep.
It's just the health
60% of the time when he
Yeah.
plays. I mean, no knock on T. I'm just saying, like, he plays about 60% of the time because he does have an injury dealing with his legs every season.
Yeah, it'd be nice if he could get all of that figured out. But
Oh my God,
we'll
if he
see.
would just
We'll
be
see how much money they put into those guys. He does have the new agent. Choppy weren't on here Friday, but we talked about that. He's got
same agent as Chase now too. So, and Joe Burrow does not have that same agent, correct?
Yeah, I thought the same thing too, Chop. But I thought
Not that we know
Joe's
of.
got the same agent as the Bosa boys, but I don't. It's not the same as Chase.
I
But
thought
still,
it was
getting those two together, that guy's. I mean, when he goes to work Jamar Chase's contract, he's working T's at the same time, so he's got pieces of the puzzle.
Yep.
I mean, there's a better chance of making it fit. And if you ask me, like, why would T get rid of Mulligetta? And it's got to be because, like, he must have told Mulligetta, like, look, I really want to stay on this team, and Mulligetta must have given him resistance. Like, dude, I can get you fucking all this, like $35 million a year playing for Team XYZ, you know? And team must have been like, well, if it's like a couple million less, I'd rather stay. And Mulligetta's like, I got kids to feed. And T's like, well, ain't feeding them on my check now.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck your kids, David Mulligetta.
Yeah, I'm just my fear either way. Sign him, don't sign him. I'm like somewhere in the middle with all of it, honestly. My fear is they go into free agency and well, they can't do anything in free agency when all the tier 1 and tier 2 guys are there because well, we're working on contracts for Jamar Chase, even if it's not for T, Jamar and T potentially.
Yep.
You know, and that's their excuse for sitting on their hands and not improving the team elsewhere. And that will be very, very frustrating because we have a lot of holes to fill, especially on the defensive side of the ball still.
Or like you said, they go into free agency and they think they're going to have Chase and T there, so they don't do anything in free agency. And then when the season comes, training camp, both them fuckers are holding out.
Well, T will be gone because he's
Well, I mean, not if they tag him again.
Right? Yeah, they could.
I mean, I'm in my scenario. They tag T again and run him back again, and then Chase is holding out for his contract. So then all of a sudden, your camp, you got both your receivers holding out.
You got Yoshi and Jermaine Burton.
I apologize to Greg, but like, I mean, just taking an honest look, like Yoshi, like, man, I feel like we all felt like he was going to be really good this year, but he's turned out like, I mean, average maybe.
Yeah, no,
low average.
Job,
like he's dropping balls and shit. Like I feel like he's made some good catches, but he's inconsistent, right?
He started out really good, but yeah, lately it's just Chop. I get what you're saying. I think at best, I've said this to you. I think at best he may be number 4.
I felt good about that kid, man, coming out of Princeton, 6th round pick, and I thought, boy, this kid's going to make it. You know, he's going to do a really good job here as a good number 2. Like he was going to move up into the number 2 spot, and then he's not had a great year. I feel bad for him. I genuinely think he's a good kid. And he's real. I mean, he went to Princeton, so he's a smart kid. He's a heptathlon champion.
He just, but like, I'm not making excuses, but you're right. He started playing football like just a couple of years ago. I think it was like his second full year, just totally concentrating on football. I'm not saying that. I'm not making excuses or anything. But Chop, yeah, like I say, I agree. At best, he's a 4 receiver and all. I'm fine saying that.
I hope he gets it together, but I also now. I can't fucking believe that. I mean, look, do I want T to? I love T, but like, it just never crossed my mind that we're going to have T on this team next year unless it's under the tag. So,
which M says tagging T is some BS. That our league reputation would go to shit. Well, it's already there, so it's already there. Like league wide, I mean, shit. No, ain't no one respect this organization and this front office.
I don't know that there's
but I will say. If they do tag him, what I hope with a tag is a tag and trade to do something to improve your team this year. Either tag and trade him, and then it's not really bullshit because you're just helping yourself while moving the player along. And at the same time, I don't even know. I lost train of thought.
You were talking about T. Go ahead.
No, it's talking about T.
Oh, you were talking about tag and trade. Go ahead.
Yeah, tag and trade. I don't know.
Yeah, tag and
do
trade.
that. Free up the money, trade
Free
him,
up.
or extend him. That's what I was going to say. Or
There
just
you
extend
go.
him so it's done.
Right.
You know what money you have. Like
Exactly.
that shit should be done immediately.
All that being said, I don't see Jamar Chase coming off a fucking dime of that $60 million a year. No, 60.
Whatever
Whatever the fuck it is. 160 million was
40 a year.
It was like 30 years. Oh, was it 40?
If it's a 4
yeah, it's
year
40 a
160.
year because Justin Jefferson's getting 35. Yeah, it's 40. So I don't see Jamar Chase coming off a fucking dime. And they're like, people are like, do you think Joe's going to restructure? Fuck no, Joe ain't going to restructure. Joe is playing right now for basically minimum wage compared to how he's playing. You know
was
what
there
I'm saying?
not one this year, Dustin? Was there not? Did the Chiefs not tag their cornerback and trade him to the Titans?
Yeah, they tagged and trade him. Yeah.
You talking about Snead?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that one was a tag and trade.
I don't
That was
know.
a tag and trade.
Could be wrong.
I don't know. But anyway, Joe Burrow's not restructuring to give up a fucking dime of that money, man. He's playing right now. He's playing better than what his contract reflects as one of the top players in the NFL. Like, he's not the top, and he's playing the top. So I don't see him giving any of that money back. And if I was Joe, if I was going to give any money back for a position, it'd be somewhere on the defense.
Yeah.
But what do you see that, like, if T signs, what do you see them paying him? I mean, if they're paying Jamar $40 million a year, what are they paying T? Also 40?
God, they can't, man. I think you want to keep him around 25, 30, and that's what I mean. Jamar's got to give off of that 40 if you're going to get them both. I don't know, man. It's I
mean, if he comes off and goes down to 35, that's $5 million more for T.
Right? No, yeah.
I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see how much boys they are. I mean, it must be fucking nice to squabble over fucking millions of dollars. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Derek probably knows he's going to inherit that goddamn flower shop and be fucking multi-millionaire.
I don't know. I'm just reading this. I'm trying because Dustin said no, they let him walk, but it says they tagged him. I remember they tagged him.
Right.
Unless they took the tag off, but it says they essentially traded him for a single 2025 third-round draft pick and swapped seventh-rounders.
Well, let me ask you this. Can you tag someone, the franchise tag, and then let them walk after that? That's not
Can you
possible.
rescind the tag? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I mean, if he signs it, then I don't think that.
Well, no, didn't the Panthers do that with one player they had? They couldn't have come to an agreement. They couldn't afford him, and they let him walk. I think there was a guy on the Panthers a year or two ago. They just got rid of the tag and they let him walk. I forget who that was.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you might be able to, and the players, I don't think mind if it gets rescinded. But I'm sure you need to make that decision quick. You couldn't just fucking do it. Because that's the thing. Like, could you have the tag on him all the way up to the season and be like, no, I'm going to fuck you now when no one has to.
Hey, right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be something in place, I would imagine.
I don't know.
But anyway, so back to that game. So want to at least touch on these PFF grades for the defensive players. And the top-rated defensive player was Geno Stone.
The guy's good. Dale.
92.8 overall grade. His coverage grade was 91.2. Tackling grade still 48.1. But that's mediocre. That's solid for him because a lot of times it was in the 20s.
We really hit on this offseason with the free agency, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, Geno Stone. He's a fucking gem. A gemstone.
He's playing well. I'll give him that. He's played good football these last 2 weeks. I want to see it continue, right?
Lou Anarumo's finally got him coached up. He's a good guy, Lou Anarumo. He's cooking.
Oh, geez. Now, I ain't going all the way there. But the next highest graded guy is one to be excited about. He got 26 snaps this week, which is a decent number for rotational D tackle, and that's McKinley Jackson. So third-round comp pick that we ended up getting for Jesse Bates. Not saying that was great, but still, we weren't going to get that at all. It was going to be like a fifth. But he had an 87.5 grade, and his run defense grade was 87.2. Plus, when he dove through there and caused that fumble and made that
forced
play
the fumble, right?
should have been a touchdown. We've already discussed Jordan Battle's
Yeah.
mistake. But, yeah, McKinley Jackson, good game, man, and flashed, and that's what you want to see, right? Because we need guys at that position. We need more of them. But, yeah, we want to see him be a guy down the stretch. B.J. Hill had a good game. Mike Hilton had a good game. Muma only got 5 defensive snaps, but 81.4 grade. You can't really judge that on 5 snaps. But might have had a return touchdown, might have been touched, who knows? But they didn't call it a fumble on the field on that Trey forced fumble. Jay Tufele got 17 snaps and played decent, according to PFF. Miles Murphy, he had a pass rush grade of 85, according to PFF, on 30 snaps. So I know a lot of people are like, he don't have sacks, he don't have this, he don't have that. Pressure-wise, he had a decent game per PFF. Now, yes, you got to start seeing some more splash plays from him, period. Even if he's getting the 30 snaps, you need to see more from him.
Well, you're talking about McKinley Jackson, right?
Murphy now.
Miles Murphy, yeah. Well, he's going to get some more snaps now, right? I mean,
good.
Let me ask you this: they're rotating him and Osai at the right-hand side because Trey's out there. I think there was a little miscommunication with me and Max, his brother, on the thing. Because he was saying something, and I was like, Trey's our best defensive player. I'm not trying to take him off the field. And then he was like, no, Trey should be on the field. That's whatever. I don't know what the fuck he was saying, but Miles Murphy is going to get more shots with Sam Hubbard officially on the bench.
Yeah, he'll get snaps, but also Cedric Johnson had 10. I mean, they graded him out at 77.1 and 73 on the pass rush. I like Cedric Johnson as a 6th-round pick. So, I mean, it'll be nice to see him get snaps, but yeah, I want to see more out of Murphy, right? It's kind of one of those lost type seasons. So Josh Newton had an interception. He was a little up and down. That's another young guy, but his coverage grade was 71.7. So that's Josh Newton. I mean, really good game for him. Bounce back after having a poor one, I feel like, the last week or two.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that guy.
CTB 69.6. 69.
Well,
nice.
69.
Coverage grade.
And
an interception again. So,
yeah, he did.
CTB has looked good for 3 straight weeks. He has.
He's back. No fly zone, motherfuckers. Don't be throwing on this shit right here. Fucking how many? Didn't we have like 4 interceptions yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, no fly zone, bitches.
Yeah, Hilton had one. Geno Stone had the pick 6. Hilton had one. Newton had one, and Cam Taylor-Britt had one.
Good job, fellas.
You know what else gets a good job? Midwest Best Barbecue and 50 West be our proud sponsor of the show, along with our buddy Chop Shop right here. Wear that T-shirt in anywhere, and you'll be good to go.
For a limited time, if you wear it into Midwest Best Barbecue, you get 0% off.
Make sure, though, you wear your Chop Shop shirt, especially March 15th when we do our live show there.
That's true, and there's vacation time. So guess what? Your boy's going to be there. Hopefully. I did turn in the thing. I don't want to jinx it, but there was vacation time.
There is.
So when we do our live show at Midwest Best Barbecue, and we're eating fucking chicken wings and that delicious mac and cheese.
And sucking on ribs.
And Greg will be sucking on ribs. I'll be there. Oh, yeah. Wait till you see Greg.
That's how Greg eats his ribs.
That is how he eats his ribs.
I mean, I lick every meat off that bone, man. I boner the heck off all that meat.
He boners the heck off of that meat.
Victory Monday shirts, Tyler. That's always a good choice. Victory Monday.
Right.
Haven't got to wear these too often this year between all the primetime games and the losses.
I had to dig in my drawer really deep to find this bitch.
I was about to say, I just bought my Sweet Victory Monday SpongeBob one. What was it, a month ago? And I went to go put it on this morning. I couldn't find it. Been so long since I've worn it, I couldn't find it anywhere.
You'll probably open it up for Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was nice to get the win. I don't think, playoffs still are very realistic, but hey, we need a lot to break our way. Crazier things, I guess, have happened. I just want to see this team continue to stack. I want to continue to see the young guys make plays. And at the end of the day, it's just nice to watch your team win, even if you're not going to go to the playoffs. Like, I don't want to sit and watch them lose. I've watched enough of that this year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just win.
Right. I mean, to be honest, like going into the next game in my head, I'm like, well, if we lose to the Browns and they move down a spot in the draft pick and we move up a spot in the draft pick, and that sounds pretty good to me. But when we're there, my feet are touching fucking pavement inside Paycor. That ain't the chop you're going to get.
Yeah.
The chop you're going to get inside Paycor, feet on the Paycor pavement, is Houday yelling, screaming, and fucking doing that goddamn song every time we get a touchdown. Talking about hearing them Bengals growl mean and angry. Yeah.
Right. You guys got anything else you want to cover before we kind of end this one? I got to run to the store, so.
You got to run the store, and I had to poop since I got up.
No, I mean, I don't know if you guys gave your game balls or not yet, but I'm just going to real quick say mine. Chase Brown obviously gets a game ball. And then defense and offense, Sam Hubbard, baby, you get a game ball because
it was your
you caught a
last game.
touchdown.
Your last play in the NFL. I mean, for the Cincinnati Bengals, you caught a touchdown. Boom.
Yeah.
No better mic drop.
Go ahead, Greg.
Defense, I'll go McKinley Jackson. Graded out really well. Offense, I guess I can't say Yoshi. I really thought it was going to have a big game. Obviously not. I got to go T. No, you know what? I take it back. I'm going to go Cochran. I'll give the game ball to Cochran. He did a hell of a job.
Greg loves cock. You heard it here first.
He loves the cock.
Yep.
I'm going to take the low-hanging fruit, man. I'm going to go for the guy who currently, if the season ended today, I think he gets the Triple Crown, is Jamar Chase. Continues to be the best. I mean, going into this season, I had questions in my head. Now, of course, it didn't go away from LSU. It was like, who's the best fucking receiver in the NFL? Is it Justin Jefferson? Is it Jamar Chase? This year, it's fucking clear. It couldn't be any more clear this year that Jamar Chase is the best receiver in the NFL. Far ahead.
You got defense? You got a defense?
Oh, yeah, defensive. I'm going to give it to Trey Hendrickson. He added on to his sack total. All the low-hanging fruit.
What I saw, they didn't count that as a sack, which I do think Levis, it was like a read option, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they counted it as a sack.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have 12 and a half sacks now?
He already had that.
No, he has 12 and a half.
He got one last week.
Well,
Make it 12 and a half.
Fuck me.
Yeah. You can still give it. He forced the fumble, right?
Yeah, I'm giving it to Trey for forcing a fumble from Will Levis.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a fumble forcer.
Yeah, and everything went downhill after that for the Titans. So
yeah,
big
he changed total momentum of the game. After that, Trey Hendrickson fucking not sack, but forced the fumble. Shit went bad for them.
Well, I will take
got benched.
The guy back in Tennessee and the guy we talked about a lot of the show, extend him, don't extend him, whatever. I'm going to enjoy the fact that he's here and enjoy when he has a good performance. 5 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. So, T. Higgins, you get a game ball, sir.
There you go.
Might be here a long time and keep getting them, You open up things for a lot of people. Gasecki's been getting open too, so he's almost a little honorary guy there. Cam Grandy gets a game ball taken away for 3 penalties. Fuck you, Cam Grandy. You got to do better.
Cam Grandy, cocksucker.
And then defensively, I'll go with the guy who had 5 tackles and had a pick 6 and was the highest graded per PFF, and that's my favorite player of all time, Geno Stone.
Yes, you
guys keep leaving that one for me to take every week, but I got a game ball.
Well, Greg wasn't going to pass up the cock.
I ain't passed up the cock, man.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a fun show. It's a Monday. It's a rainy Monday. Is it raining? It's been raining here all day.
It's not raining where Derek's at. I don't see your wipers going.
Yeah, no, rain's for them for us.
Oh, wait, that camera's inside the vehicle. Oh, now I see the wiper going.
But appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back Friday, preview the game. We got college football playoff games this week. Maybe we talk a little about that too, just for the hell of it. Give my prediction for my my Tennessee Volunteers going into Ohio State and winning. I've been a James Pierce. We got Omar Norman Lott, Nico, the quarterback. The good running back, Dylan Sampson. I've been a huge Tennessee and Orange. They're orange. So I've always been a Tennessee Volunteer fan. So our Tennessee Volunteers guys are going to go in and probably beat the Buckeyes. But we can talk more about that on Friday.
I'll be here this Friday. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate y'all. Houday.